Do you think it's important that American Indian businesses are known as such?
Most definitely. I think, partly it's, we need to share the fact that we have businesses and that are as good and or better than other businesses out there, whether they be in contracting, whether they be in the food service, IT, printing. Will stack up against anyone out there, and especially as the the challenge of getting in going after contracts that are identifying ethnic businesses, minority businesses, we want to have a presence.
Now, how would one go about finding American Indian-owned businesses today?
Today, you can either call our organization American Indian Economic Development Fund. Certainly, the Minnesota American Indian Chamber of Commerce has listings. You can Google, different businesses up online. But I would say let's start with the Minnesota American Indian Chamber of Commerce.
Great.
831 Como Avenue, St. Paul.
Perfect. Website?
maicc.org.
Perfect. So let's say that a government entity is looking to purchase from an American Indian-owned business. Would they go to you in addition to would they go to the chamber? Are you the go-between?
Usually government doesn't go looking for business per se. They generally put out RFPs or requests for proposals, and companies or organizations or businesses then bid on them, except for 8A certified businesses, and then they sit down with those different entities and negotiate fair market price.
Okay, 8A?
They're called SBA 8A.
8A.
Certified, and
Okay.
those are that's a certification for minority and vet disabled business or women-owned businesses, American Indian-owned businesses.
Okay, and so then it's incumbent upon the American Indian-owned business or a minority-owned business to find those opportunities.
Correct.
To
we help,
contract.
and organizations like myself, Minnesota PTAC is another group that operates here, and they work with a group called MITA.
Okay,
But
and
there's
PTAC is, I'm going to keep challenging you.
Procurement Technical Assistance Centers.
Thank you.
And their focus, their focus and their own purpose is to work again with minority, vet, disabled, women-owned, American Indian-owned businesses to help them identify contracting opportunities with government at all levels.
Okay, great. So now as a person, a business person who has done business with the city, the government, the federal government, what experience, how do I frame this? What kind of advice would you give to your clients or to other businesses about working with the government agencies?
To be able to work with government, local, state, federal government, you need certification. And although we've done some work with government, my business, Black Bear Crossings and the like, we are just ramping up to go after some of that certification ourselves because without it, you don't, you do not get those contracts and that kind of work. You get on a vendor list within the county or the city, both in Minneapolis and St. Paul. There's a program called CERT, and so once you get that certification, then you get on their vendor lists, both counties and both cities. And then private industry has a group called MMSDC, and to get that certification lets you in the door to different. So Black Bear Crossings is just now going after some of that stuff itself.
Oh, really?
Right.
Interesting. And you've been around for that long.
Yes, 12 years we've been in business, and
So it's not necessary to get certification. However, it's
depending upon a business. Right. I mean, we've grown up as a coffee house to a cafeteria-style restaurant and catering operation, and so, but we want to go to the next level also and start having some other, create some other accounts, some other receivables or business with some of the folks that we know very well and we do business with. They come and use our free community meeting room space.
Okay.
However, when they buy space and they buy lunch and they buy other things, they work with their vendor list.
Sure. And to be on the vendor list, you need to be certified.
Certified.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So let's talk a little bit more about your you as a person, as an individual. And you're not just a business person, you're not just the executive director of a nonprofit, but you're also a volunteer, very active in the community. And I heard tell that you were formerly a board member of SPNN.
Yes.
So what are you doing now? Where are your passions taking you?
You know, I'm not gonna, it's not involved. I sit on the board for the Elders Lodge, American Indian Elders Lodge on the St. Paul East Side. It's over on Magnolia. And it's a program that provides housing for mostly American Indian elders in our community. And so I've been on that board for a couple of years. I also sit on the board for the chamber.
Oh, which chamber?
Minnesota American Indian Chamber of Commerce. And I also sit on a board, a national board that I chair called the Association for Enterprise Opportunity. It's a national membership organization that works with nonprofit organizations that work in microfinance.
Oh, interesting. And that's all?
For underserved, disadvantaged communities.
Okay. And that's all you're doing?
That's it. Plus, you know, working our restaurant and Economic Development Fund.
Excellent.
Keeps me busy.
Yeah. Well, we are almost done.
Right.
One last question. Would you share the recipe for your wife's fabulous pumpkin muffins? Ever on your website, maybe? A little recipe on there. Your wife.
She probably won't. and I really have to, you know, to defer to her towards that. It's our signature muffin.
Of course.
It's what's, you know, opened the doors for us. It's kept us on the map, and still today is our #1 pastry item that we sell over at the historic Como Lakeside Pavilion.
It is absolutely fabulous.
Thanks
I remember that
I'm
from
glad you enjoyed it.
day one when I got to, and now you're, the coffee house used to be at the location that
the fund is at.
The fund is at now.
Now we're over on Como Lake in the historic Lakeside Pavilion, and we're honored to be able to be the caretaker of that building for the city of St. Paul.
And it's beautiful. And
Thanks
booked
very
with
much.
weddings all the time.
Yeah.
So can hardly get an event in there.
Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations on the success of Black Bear Crossings.
Thanks very much.
Very wonderful.
Jimmy Glitch.
Thank you. Thank you, David Glass, for all your insights. And it has been just a pleasure to have you. I appreciate your coming. You can find out more information about the American Indian Economic Development Fund at their website, www.AIEDFloans.org, correct?
Correct.
Great. Thank you very much, you at home also, for watching us. I hope you'll join us again on the St. Paul Forum.
Thanks, Lisa.